Folks, welcome back to another episode of The Fallen Badge. Today, the murder of Officer Anthony Mazurkiewicz, Rochester Police Department, New York. Officer Mazurkiewicz was 54 years old. Now, he had 29 years on with the Rochester Police Department. He had a wife, 4 children. He had 3 grandchildren. His mama and daddy were still alive, and he had a brother and a sister. It's July 21st, 2022. Now, Officer Mazurkiewicz and his partner, they're conducting surveillance over on Ballman Street. Now, it's around 9:15 in the evening. Now, they are in an unmarked vehicle. They're in a van. Now, I got several different stories as to what they're actually observing. Some resource material said they were watching a vehicle, stolen vehicle, but I think there was more to it than that. Officer Mazurkiewicz was part of their TAC unit, so I think it was more than just a stolen car. Also, there was a report that they were maybe looking for a particular subject who was thought to be in that area that may have been responsible for some homicides, which sounds more like something that the specialized unit he was a part of would be watching. Now, I do not know if the shooter was a person of interest to the officers or not. Now, he would later be charged with 2 other murders, so I don't know if he was the one they were looking for or not. I'm not even sure where he was at in that area. All I know for sure is that they're in that van and they're facing what would be northbound. They were parked under that little tree there near the intersection, so they would have been looking back north. Now, from the crime scene pictures I saw and the bullet strikes in the van, it appeared that the suspect was standing on the opposite side of the street from where the van's at. Now, Officer Mazurkiewicz, he's in the driver's seat and his partner's in the front passenger seat. Now, I don't know if he fired all the rounds from the sidewalk or if he was in the street and then moved back towards the sidewalk. There seemed to be a lot of activity in the crime scene pictures in the area of the sidewalk, looking for rounds, looking for casings. Now, the suspect, he fired 17 rounds into the vehicle. Now, Officer Mazurkiewicz, all I'm told is he was hit once in the upper body. I do not know where. I take it he had his Kevlar on, so wherever he was struck, it did not hit an area covered by the vest. Now, his partner, who was hit in the lower part of his body, got out and returned fire. Now, he did not hit the suspect. The suspect escaped the scene. Now, Officer Mazurkiewicz was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Now, his partner was transported to a second hospital, and he survived. Now, a civilian, a 15-year-old girl, she was hit by a bullet that went into her house and struck her. She survived. Now, of course, police showed up from all over, and they shut down that area, and they started checking houses and checking yards looking for this suspect. Now, he was found about an hour later in a crawl space of a vacant house. Now, he was initially charged with second-degree murder, attempted second-degree murder, second-degree assault, 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon. Now, I'm not sure why all these second-degree charges. It sure sounds like first-degree, but now I'm not up on New York criminal law, or their charges, but second degree doesn't sound serious enough. Now, the suspect, he went to court, He was eventually tried and he was found guilty. Now, my understanding from the resource material is he was charged with Officer Mazurkiewicz's murder and the murder of two other men in a separate event, or separate events. He was found guilty on all three, and my understanding is he got 3 life no parole sentences. It's my understanding. Now, there's not a lot of information as to exactly why he targeted the officers. Now, most people in a neighborhood, they generally know when it's the police setting out in a vehicle. Don't ask me how they know, but they know. Because the vehicle don't match and the people inside don't necessarily match the neighborhood. Now, I don't know what his defense was. You crank off a bunch of rounds into an occupied vehicle, well, you're wrong right there. And I think that was one of the questions, was did he know they were police officers in the vehicle? But in any event, he knew there were human beings in the vehicle, and he shot just the same. I did a police tribute video, musical video, and funeral footage from Officer Mazurkiewicz's funeral is in that video. Very sad, close to retiring. I'll have to agree with the chief. Chief of Rochester at the time said it was a cowardly ambush, and that it truly was. Officer Anthony Patrick Mazurkiewicz. End of watch, July 21st, 2022.